Okay.
So anyway, here's what I want to say to all the people out there. By the way, we're kicking ass in the Olympics. We're doing great. We're winning golds. But my favorite story is Simone Biles coming back. I love it. I love her. I love Simone Biles. And I'll tell you, man, bronze, I will bet you money that bronze medal means more to her than all the other golds that she's ever earned. And I hope that she is proud of it, and I hope that she enjoys it, and I hope she knows how hard it is now to get a medal at all. And to me, that's one of the greatest stories that's going to. I don't care. It's and there's another Olympic wrestler that I don't remember her name, but she won a gold. Female wrestler that won a gold medal.
What about the Russian boxer?
What about
pro boxer knocked out the U.S. amateur in a violent manner? Honestly, it didn't. It's just a punch. I mean, he just punched him, knocked him out. So that spurred this argument that they shouldn't allow professionals to box in the Olympics. It was a professional. He had 5 or 6-0 in professional fights against this American kid, and he was bigger. I mean, look, just a bigger dude. And
they're supposed to be done by weight class. I mean, I don't understand how he was bigger because
he's bigger. He was definitely bigger.
They're supposed to fight according to weight class, so they should be weighing in. And the one thing about boxing and wrestling is they're supposed to at least weigh the same amount.
Let's see if I can find it. The dude was bigger. Like it was like, oh, it's controversy. See if I can find
Unless they're both heavyweights, in which case it's unlimited.
He definitely wasn't heavyweight. Russian. Oh, I didn't put boxer. That's probably why. Because it was a professional boxer sparked uproar with brutal. They called it brutal and criminal. Oh, brutal and criminal knockout of young amateur. Let me see if they. I mean, he looked bigger. Maybe they were the same weight, or at least in the same class. But yeah, he has 6-0 against far smaller USA 20-year-old amateur. Yeah, this kid. I mean, look, he got knocked the fuck out. That's boxing. That's what I say. Look, you signed up.
I mean, what was he supposed to do? I mean, obviously that's the object of boxing.
That's what I'm saying.
A boxing match. If he doesn't knock the. I don't know. I boxed. I had 2 professional boxing fights in my life. I got knocked out in the second round of the first one, and I went the distance and lost to decision in the second one. And there were 2 of the most terrifying experiences of my entire life.
I'll find it here. Here it is.
But I loved it. I can't see. You've turned the screen so I can't watch it anymore. I feel like
this
you've done
the knockout right here. Violent and criminal is what they said.
I don't understand how that's violent or criminal.
I mean, boxing's violent, first of all, but yeah, I don't see either. Pop. Done. So what? You're in. Look.
What was he supposed to do?
Fucking get quit. I don't.
I mean, look. I obviously want the American to win. I root for the American, but
the double standard.
If he's not qualified to be there to fight against somebody, then he shouldn't be there.
Not only that, the double standard is if the American had won, they'd have been like the American amateur destroys the Russian pro boxer.
I will just say, because I've been watching some of it. It's on at work when I'm at work, and I'm watching as much of it as I can. And I watch some of these events, and you have countries from all over the world that are competing against each other. And obviously, each person that's competing is the very best person in their entire country that competes at that event, whatever it is. And the disparity in talent is obvious because you look at some of the races. Just the running, and you see people that are like a minute behind of like a 1,500 meter race.
Right.
I mean, you're watching somebody that's half a mile behind in a 1.5 mile race. I mean, and that's their best person, and it's just different people from now. That same country might have somebody that's a great boxer. And that guy can go and kick the shit out of people in boxing. Or a great archery. You know, what's odd about it is watching these Olympics has made me feel like if I'm ever going to get an Olympic medal, and I've always wanted to get an Olympic medal, I feel like the one chance I have would be archery. I don't know what it takes to get to the level of being an Olympic archer, but I remember going to camp when I was a kid, and I was very, very good at archery. They had a golden arrow for the person in camp that got the most bullseyes. And one year I got the golden arrow. I got like 22 bullseyes. And I was like, man, I'm really good at archery. But I've never done it since then. And I'm watching them do the archery. I'm like, well, I watched the archery, and I was sure watching the archery that the guys would be hitting dead center. It was going to be a question between the guy hitting dead center and the guy hitting just off dead center.
That's what you expect from
That's what I thought in archery. I was like, man, these guys have got to be so good. They're Olympic archers. But they're not. They're hitting all over the board. Like, these are the best archers in the world, and they were hitting everywhere. Like, there were guys that didn't even hit the bullseye. And I was like, man, that's a window of opportunity for me. I feel like if I could become a guy in the next 4 years that could hit consistently the bullseye. I don't know how. The other thing is, I wasn't sure how far away they were.
They're probably shooting from about 2 to 3 miles away.
That's possible. They could be shooting from very far.
I don't know. They were shooting also during a tornado. High winds.
I am 2 to 3 minutes away from needing to vacate.
Yeah, I know.
But I will say, hey, Simone Biles, way to fucking go. Way to go, girl. Way to fucking do it. Way to step up. You know, I know it's got to be a disappointment to you and to a lot of people, but to overcome that and to come back in the last event, and by the way, not the easiest event, the balance beam. I challenge any of you to just walk across it.
I can't do it.
Walk from one end
like a log or a river.
From one end of the balance beam to the other. Don't do any tricks. Don't even sway your foot one way or the other. Just walk from one end. By the way, that's the challenge to determine who's drunk, is to be able to just walk in a straight line. And she was doing flips and fucking all kinds of shit. And she went up against the best people in the world, and she won a medal. And I'm so proud of you, and I'm so excited for you, and I'm so happy for you. And I can't wait to see what happens in your life, because I think you are the best of America, Simone. So God bless you. I love it that you did that. I think that's amazing. I think that's one of the best stories. And of all the medals that you won, I hope that's the one you cherish the most, because that was hard. It is hard to overcome that kind of shit. She could have easily just bagged it.
Yeah.
She could have easily just been like, you know what, man, I just can't do anything. But no, you have to imagine that in order to be able to compete in that event at all, she had to get approval from doctors and from coaches and all kinds of people, and they were probably all telling her to just give up. They were probably all telling her, "Oh, you know, you've won so many medals. You're out of this Olympics. You've missed a bunch of events. Just forget about it." And she was like, "No, if I can pull myself together, man, I just think it's one of the greatest stories I've ever seen. I'm so excited for you, Simone. I hope they put you in every commercial. I'll buy whatever commercial they put you in. I'm gonna buy. I don't even give a shit. Whatever the product is, and they put Simone Biles on there from now on, I'm buying that product, and I'm going to encourage all my friends to buy that product too.
All right.
Even if it's something bad for me. Even if it's like a Doritos or some shit. I'll eat Doritos.
That big boy Prince. What's up, buddy? What Marshall just said is we're going to put Simone Biles on T-shirts, and him and all of his friends will wear them. Yeah, man. Look. It was a good little comeback story.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it. I just hope that she didn't do it because of immense pressure, that people were like disappointed or something.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people were disappointed. I mean, I couldn't wait to see her. That was one of the big things I wanted to watch in the Olympics, was her kick some ass. But hey, man, she'll get to do.
How old is Simone Biles?
24.
Okay.
So I doubt she'll be able to participate if there's, the next 4 years, if there is an Olympics. Who knows, man?
It's good as we don't look in 2024. We're gonna have the Hunger Games.
This might be the last.
It's gonna be the hungry. We're all hungry.
This could be the last Olympics. Is all.
This could, man. Look, who
never
shit.
know.
It almost seems ridiculous to even do them. Like the world's a fucking shit show. We're gonna spend $1 trillion to go throw shot put. You're like, okay.
You know what I really like to watch?
This
I didn't see who won, but I love watching the hammer throw.
hammer throw.
Holy fucking shit! That's crazy, man. Those guys spin like, and they've got like a window like this wide to fucking throw the hammer through. And they're spinning around, and I'm getting
The most useless skill.
I'm getting dizzy watching them. I'm like, what the fuck? I know, how do they even come up with this bit? And they see this thing with a chain flying through the fucking air. I was like, man, I wish I could I would love to have been able to do. I would love to be able to just throw it one time. I don't know where you find one of those things, but I would love. And the thing is, you not only have to throw it, you can't step outside the circle after you've spun around. And they spin around like 5 or 6 times, and then they fling it into the air. And they've got like because obviously it can't just go flying off. It would kill people.
Yeah.
So it's got a very specific area where it has to go so that it is measured for how far they throw it. And the window is really narrow. Like they've got to be spinning and spinning and spinning and fling it. And it's got to go through the little window where it can go. Otherwise, it hits a net. And I would imagine that's probably happened. I'm sure that there's been guys that have been spinning around and thrown it and just thrown it into the net. You know, an average guy, not a good guy doing it, was probably throwing it into the net. I would love to try it. If there was a hammer out there,
Dude, me and my friends, get you a hammer.
We used to when I was in college, we used to do keg tosses. That was that was always a fun thing. At the end of the night, we'd have an empty keg, we'd take it out back, bunch of guys, drunk as shit, throwing up, spinning around. We would do it like the hammer toss. We would spin around and throw the keg across the far as we could. Never went very far. Oh man, that was a good time though. Some of my best memories. So, anyway, man, I got to roll, brother.
I know.
I got to hit it.